Hi, everyone. I'm here to talk to you today about something so important, something most of us don't think about until we have to think about it, something that's really hard to figure out how to deal with, and that is boundaries. So, I didn't even know this word until I was probably in my 30s, which um, can probably help you imagine what a problem this became for me because boundaries are something that we need in order to stay healthy, both emotionally and physically. Boundaries are the space we put up between ourselves and the world. Boundaries directly relate to our digestive systems and our immune systems, which are two systems in our body that decide what to bring into our bodies or our systems and what to keep out. And the best way to have good boundaries in your gut and your immune system is to work on your emotional and energetic boundaries. Because I know I say this all the time, I probably sound like a broken record, but the mind leads and the body follows in so many instances. And you have to be a good leader to teach your body that not everything should have a welcome mat to just come in, come in, come in. Because what happens in that case is our bodies take everything in bacteria, viruses, mold, other people's toxic energy, all of these things that obviously create such a burden in our system. So, I'm actually going to be doing a 90-minute energy therapy session, a group class on this, where we're going to dive deep, clearing blockages that have prevented us from having strong boundaries. A lot of that comes from when you're young and you're simply not allowed to say no. Or we develop guilt around not helping other people when we can. Or we just don't know how to hold a space around us that's healthy for us. So in this session, we're going to be doing that. And we need a lot of time to kind of go into the deep blockages that need to be cleared. But for now, I wanted to give you a couple of things that you can do that will help sort of strengthen those boundaries around you and start to create that safe and sacred space around yourself. So, the first thing that we're going to do is do a little bit of tapping because one thing that happens is boundaries become, or not having boundaries or lack of boundaries becomes a really bad habit. You're just used to bringing everything in and letting everything in. And this is a real problem for empaths, people who kind of feel everything and take everything on. Um, and so one of the things that can start to break that habit is a little EFT or tapping around it. We're going to do much more in the 90-minute group session, but I want to give you a taste of that now because I think even just a little bit could really help you. And then a couple of exercises that are energy therapy exercises that can be done in just a few seconds to actually help sort of seal the space around you, your energy field, so that not everything can come in. Okay, so let's do those two things. So the first thing, let's start tapping on our karate chop point. And this is EFT, emotional freedom technique. If you know my work, you know I use this a lot. And what we're doing is we're simply tapping on acupoints and talking about the thing we want to let go of. Because when we tap and talk about the thing we want to let go of, we're giving our body direction to release that old energy and those energy imbalances that keep us stuck where we are. So go ahead and just tap and follow along with me. Even though you repeat after me, I have this pattern of letting everything in, of feeling bad when I want to say no. I choose to release this weakness and know I deserve strength. Good job. Keep tapping there, even though it's so hard to have boundaries. I have this habit of letting everything in. I feel afraid to say no with my voice and energetically. I'm so used to not having boundaries. But I choose to release that pattern and start feeling safe in my own space today. Good job. Now we're going to move on to the next tapping point, which is on the top of the head, and we're going to continue to tap about the thing that we want to let go of to direct our body to let go of this old pattern. This old pattern of letting everything in inside of the eyebrow. I don't even know if my body knows anymore. Outside of the eye. What to say yes and what to say no to. Under the eye. This bad habit. Top lip. This lack of boundaries. Chin. It's not good for my body. Collarbone. This habit of letting everything in. On the side of your body, a few inches below your armpit. All this old energy. And then on your thumb, you're going to do the lower right-hand corner of your thumb. Maybe from my childhood. Pointer finger that told me I couldn't say no. Middle finger that didn't even know I could have boundaries. Next finger, or that I should have boundaries. Pinky finger, but today I'm ready. Karate chop point to create that space around me. And truly know what's mine to take in and what's not. Go ahead and keep tapping there. I'm ready today to choose carefully, both with my energy and my voice, about what's mine to take in and what's not. Okay, shake off your hands. Does that feel better already? Sometimes it really is just about consciously and energetically deciding, wait, I can have boundaries. I deserve boundaries. And just starting to move in that direction. You're probably not going to go from letting everything in to having really perfect, strong boundaries the next day. But if we can sort of be good leaders to our energy system and our body, our immune system, our digestive system, and give ourselves the indication at a deep level that we don't have to just be an open door to let it all in, that can make a huge difference. Again, in the 90-minute session, we're going to go deep into clearing beliefs like I'm not allowed to have boundaries or I don't deserve to have boundaries. We're going to work on other, past trauma that might have blurred your boundaries. We're going to work on a lot of things, but this will just help you today to be stronger in your own space. And let's just do a quick exercise or two that can also help. And one of them is the Donna Eden exercise called the Hook Up. And Donna Eden is an amazing energy medicine pioneer that I learned a lot of my early work from. And the exercise is to put the middle finger of one hand at your third eye or between your eyebrows, the middle finger of the other hand at your belly button, and pull in and hold up. And this sort of just hooks up your energy system and allows it to become stronger and create a sturdier place for you to be grounded and centered in. Usually you just hold it for a few deep breaths or until you want to yawn. I want to yawn already. Okay. And then another one that I like to do, and Donna Eden calls this the zip up, is where she starts on with her hands flat like this against her belly button and just pulls her hands up and kind of makes an invisible lock at her mouth. And what this is doing, you do it about 3 times in a row. What this is doing is it's really sort of fortifying your own energetic boundary, which runs up the front of your body. So it's kind of using the electromagnetic energy in your hands to sort of bring that up and fortify it and bolster it. I oftentimes do more of an exercise where I take my hands and I just create an imaginary bubble around me. And I just intend for this bubble to create a nice sacred space around me, and that light and love and all of the happy things can come in, but that the bubble protects me from anything that doesn't align with that energy. So that's my little bubble trick that can be helpful. Okay, so I hope to see many of you during our session, but for those of you who it doesn't resonate with or can't join, there you have it. You can replay this video over and over, and it's actually a nice little thing to do every morning, especially if you work in a place or have an environment where you do feel like your boundaries are compromised a lot. That's an easy, what have we been talking for, 10 minutes? A 10-minute little thing that you can use anytime. By the way, all of my energy therapy sessions that we do include the replay. So even if you can't be there live, that's totally fine. And I always keep everybody in mind when I'm using my intuition as to what exercises to do and how long to do them, so that I include everybody and intend for everybody's energy to be present, even if you can't be there physically. So I hope this has been useful to you. Remember that you deserve boundaries. You're allowed boundaries. And as soon as you start believing that and intending for that, your body will follow. Okay, see you soon.